What's up, speaker fam? Welcome to I Speak Organized. Today I'm going to be going through how to put together prepared kits and show you some of the different ways you can do this. Everything from the DIY super simple to the kind of crazy ridiculous. And I'm going to go through some of the emergency supplies that I put together for my family, for my home and my car, as well as some first aid suggestions and how to go about putting that together. So if that is of interest to you, then stick around and let's get into it. My name is Melanie and I'm your professional organizer and productivity consultant. What does that even mean? Welcome back, everybody. If you don't know me, my name is Melanie and I'm your professional organizer and productivity consultant. I help hardworking families and professionals find form in their space and purpose for every phase of life. My motto is always to be prepared, not paranoid. So I'm just gonna talk you through a couple of other things that you might want to consider looking into. I have a blog post up on my website. If you go to iSpeakOrganized.com/blog/emergency kits, I have an entire list of the things that you might want to put into your emergency and survival kits with all of the links listed in the post. So go ahead and check it out. If you are new to my channel and you are into all things home organizing and productivity practices, then you should definitely consider subscribing to this channel. I make new videos all the time, all about home organizing and decluttering, as well as motivation techniques and different tutorials, day in the life, all kinds of fun stuff. All you have to do is click the little subscribe button at the end of the video. It's a circle icon of my face, and that will make you an official member of the Speaker Fam, and know that I would be honored to have you on board. All right, the next thing that I want to share with you is my home first aid kits. And I buy a specific kind of already prepared first aid kit because they're not very expensive. I think the one that I ended up purchasing most recently was maybe about $35. And I wanted a kit that had a larger quantity of supplies because I wanted to actually be able to pull things out of this and make a kit for each of our cars. This again will be linked in the description box below where you can purchase this. I'll kind of just very quickly go through and show you how I augmented it a little bit to make it a bit more user-friendly in an emergency situation. So it has mounts on the back, so you can actually mount this on the wall and use it that way, or it has a handle so you can take it with you if you need. Okay, so in here you have alcohol pads, sting wipes, antibiotic cream, antacids, aspirin, acetaminophen, burn cream, antiseptic pads, some gauze rolls, scissors, tweezers. I put in a few extra bandages from our other first aid kit and kind of just like things that weren't expired I added to this. And then there's gloves and bandages. And then in the back here, I've added masks, and there's a cold pack as well as extra gauze, patches and things like that. There is a really handy form in here that if you run out of supplies for this particular kit, they give you the website where you can actually go and order the supplies that you need to replace in this kit so that you don't end up having to buy a whole new set. I also in here have just some important phone numbers. I didn't fill out every single one, but I put phone numbers for our hospital, our local police department, and our local fire department. These will sit in each of our bathrooms. We'll have one in the girls' bathroom, my daughter's, and one in mine and my husband's bathroom so that we have access to that, and then we can pull these things as we need for our car emergency kits too. So the only other additional thing that I did to our first aid kits to make them a little bit more functional in an emergency situation was to take a Sharpie and write in big bold letters what was in each compartment. I didn't want us to have to go through and rummage through the whole box frantically to find what we needed. So this just makes it easier to see exactly what we have and where it is. If you're curious about where to purchase any of the supplies in this video, everything that I talk about today is going to be listed in the description box below. So go ahead and scroll down and you'll see links to all of the products. And of course, if there's anything that I have forgotten to mention, or if you're looking for additional suggestions, please leave a comment or DM me on Instagram, and I'm happy to help give you some advice. Okay, so now I'm gonna really quickly walk you through our basic survival kit. And this, my husband makes fun of me for this, and I will admit that it is kind of girly looking. It's like that Tiffany blue color, and I'm just now realizing that it matches the tablecloth on this table, and that was completely unintentional, but anyway. But this thing is really cool, and I have no shame, zero shame. It has a clasp at the top and opens up, and inside we have a classic sort of crank radio. It is solar powered. It has a battery compartment. It's written right on the front that it takes AAA batteries, so I always make sure that I have extra batteries. I have this little pouch here that has both double and AAA batteries in it, so I am prepared in case we need that. It has charging capability, so you can use it to charge your phone or computer. It's got USB in here, and I think a micro USB. So you might want to get an adapter if you need a USB-C or something like that. I also have an additional solar powered phone charger. This is really cool. The panels flip out like that, and the lights will illuminate at the top to indicate that it is charging. And then there is the cord that attaches into the unit right here, and you can charge your phones that way. So there's a couple of different charging things that we need, because everybody is going to need to charge their phone at some point, or their, you know, other electronic device, computers and stuff. I have a tourniquet in here, and the other tourniquet is in my husband's first aid kit, because let's be real, okay? Tourniquet. Down below, this flips open like this, and then these things come out and you can take them and grab and go. So not everything is filled up in here yet. This is kind of the beginning of our survival kit, and this is kind of meant to just take as it is, but if you needed to access something individually, take and grab it and go, you can do that as well. So in this compartment for now, I have dust and smoke masks, because we live in an area that is subject to wildfires. So I've got carbon filters in here to filter out the smoke, and masks for myself and my husband, and I just need to secure some masks for our kid. And then here is water supplies. So we have potable aqua, so water tabs to purify water to make it safe to drink, like any water really. So I have a couple of those and the instructions for how to use those. And then we also have a couple of life straws. This is called an aquatainer, and this particular aquatainer is a 7-gallon capacity container, and it has a spout. We usually try to have about 30 gallons of fresh water on hand, and we have a local water source where we go and fill these up. And they stack securely and neatly, one on top of the other. The handles just fit in here like that. These suckers are real heavy, so that's my husband's job. And then in this bottom one, we have I'm gonna give this to my husband. It's the other glass cutter and seatbelt cutter thing, and his survival whistle, and then, oh yeah, the other blankets, the other bivvies, and then the other tourniquet. So this is just another example of another way to store supplies that makes it easy to access what you need and only what you need. And then this you can just take with you very easily should you need to grab everything and go. The other thing that we always try to have on hand is emergency food supplies, freeze-dried food, that type of thing. We have a couple of buckets, and I'll link to my Patriot Supply where we get those. We also keep a small camping grill with extra propane, and we also keep a little bit of fuel on hand so that we are always able to power up any tools that use fuel. And as you may have guessed, I love me a good free printable. So if you go to my website, ispeakorganized.com/free-printables, you will find all of the supplies from this video, plus tons more suggestions and ideas for making your own emergency kits. And that will conclude today's video all about emergency preparedness and building out different types of kits. I hope that you found this video informative and useful and inspiring and encouraging. I really look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. I hope you all have an absolutely fabulous day. Take care, and I will see you around. Bye. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to stay organized and motivated and have some fun with me. Bye. As luck would have it, while I was filming inside earlier, we got an emergency alert that our 911 network was down in our county. And so it got me thinking about how important it is to, at the very least, as a responsible citizen, you should go and get your first responder card, take the class. I've done both in-person and online classes for first aid training, and I'm just gonna say right now that first aid training online is crap. So if you want actual experience on learning how to resuscitate somebody and look for signs of heart attack and stroke and seizure and understand what that's actually like and go through simulating how to handle those situations, you should try to find in-person classes. I will try to link some information for that in the description box, because I don't know what that looks like right now, if they're actually holding first responder classes in person right now or not. But if they are, you definitely need to do the ones in person and not online. And as an additional hilarious side note, as I was getting some B-roll footage for the video, I scalped the top of my hand with my Swiss Army knife, because that is just something that I would do. I don't even know what to tell you, but yeah, that's just a little proof to you that being prepared in that circumstance and having the supplies that you need on hand and knowing how to take care of it quickly is really super important, as I figured out today with my stupid hand.